And good morning, everyone. And you've heard this selected reading and the wonderful prayer from our very own Reverend Arlene Hilton. And we celebrate Arlene's depth of prayer. You saw her dance here last week. You see her praying today, and she's in the process of releasing her uncle to the other side of the veil who passed over. So we're holding her as she's continuing to stand up and deliver, representing the power and the presence and the love of God. So we welcome you here to our way of meditation. And as I was sitting there, I heard a couple of things. First I heard the statement by Jesus the Christ, Yeshua ben Joseph, that said that as I am lifted up, I shall draw all unto me. And I've always said over the years that was a quantum statement. Obviously, we live in a quantum field of unity and intelligence and beauty. And he was indicating that as he was lifted up, as he's lifted up in the vibration of unity and oneness and harmony and wholeness, he draws everyone in that particular field into a higher state of consciousness. I want you to take that on as you are lifted up, but he said, as I am, as you are lifting up the I am presence within you. The I am presence within you is the presence of God uniquely configured as your very life. I am, everything after that is commentary. So as you are lifting up the I am presence, it pulls you from the polarity of the world of phenomena that individuals have a tendency to live in most of the time. Male, female, black, white, up, down, good, bad. They live in the world of polarity most of the time, which denies an individual permanent happiness, joy, bliss, and ecstasy, because they're seeking to navigate through human consciousness. When you speak of the I am presence, we're speaking about an absolute presence that takes you beyond polarity, so that the unified field, which embraces polarity, which embraces every single aspect of creation, when that begins to be activated within you, you begin to see, not with eyes, but you begin to see life differently. And then you can embrace the statement that Reverend Arlene ended with in that particular reading about the evolutionary impulse that governs all creation, that there's a constant movement of evolving, evolution, unfolding, which means that there is a perfect idea. There's an involution before there's an evolution. Involution is the planting of a seed, of an idea, and then there's the evolution of that particular idea. And so in the beginning was the vibrational word of a perfect idea that birthed cosmos and solar systems and galaxies and living biology and all of nature. And that word, that idea is evolving and unfolding. And so I can remember at a number of years ago, 35 years ago, a little maybe 36, during the vision process of Agape, we embraced a statement that said we wanted to be an example of the next stage of human evolution. It was a bold statement back then. And now that word is used a lot now. Conscious evolution, embracing the next stage of evolution, evolutionary impulse that governs the universe. And it does not mean as human beings we were perfect in any way, but it did mean that I am presence was governing and allowing for that is perfect to continue to unfold. I want you, when you sit in meditation, to always pull your attention away from external conditions of polarity and begin to tap into, with your intentionality, the I am within you that's unsullied, that is never harmed or hurt, never dimmed. It is the real you that you are seeking to remember and to remember, to embrace again, which is why you're on the spiritual path. The other thing that came to me was Jesus' statement that you come to me for the fruits, you come to me for the miracles, but you're not coming to me for the real deal. And oftentimes, individuals enter the spiritual path to get the byproduct of spiritual practice. They want the byproduct of connection, but they're not really working for connection. They want the promise of prosperity and the promise of good health and the promise of a clear and sound mind. They want the promise of so many of these things. And so they are what I used to call the byproduct son and daughters. They want the byproducts of the spiritual path. But the rigor of the spiritual path, many individuals aren't ready to step into it. You are, if you're tuned into this particular GOD station, which is why meditation is a part of our spiritual practice before every service and as a dimension of our practice, because what's most important to us is our connection with the presence of God. Not man in the sky, not superstitious deity outside of ourselves that's capricious, has chosen people, sends people to heaven and hell. No, we've outgrown the superstitious thought of a God made in a human image, and we are aware that we're made in a spiritual image, which means we carry the faculty of the Spirit, which is a power of discernment, the power of creativity, the power of thinking independent of circumstances. So we pray, to grow into a conscious connection with the presence of God. And there comes a tipping point in your life where that becomes the most important thing in your life. You don't give up the exercising and the activation of your talents, your gifts. You don't give up the fun in the world. You don't give up harmonizing prosperity. You don't give up establishing good businesses. You don't give up good relations. You don't give up anything. But when that tipping point happens, and what you want more than anything is a conscious connection with the presence of God, it floods the rest of your life. And you walk through life with all systems go, being out there where the action is, but with no attachment. you operate fully in everything that you're doing, but the attachment forms based on your connection and based on your connection with all of the magnificent qualities and the essence of the Spirit. That's not an easy thing to do, because we are bombarded daily with all manner of things that we're told that we need in order to be safe or happy, things of that particular nature. We're bombarded on a regular basis with the next great thing to be afraid of. And so human beings that have not learned to stand in their awareness of their oneness with God, or have not learned to think for themselves, are pushed and swayed by the societal norms and status quo and mass media and things like that. But not you, not here, not now. You are establishing yourself as an established individual in the presence of God. And the ramifications of that are wisdom, transforming knowledge, discernment, a peace that passes human understanding, a generosity of the heart, a knowing that whatever it is you're growing through, it ain't over until harmony and peace and love is established within your life. You've heard the statement, all's well that ends well, or if it ain't well, it's not over. You see, there's an unfolding that's happening. And so you can start to enter into your life, whatever it is that's going on, you already know it's going to turn out okay. That becomes a spiritual practice, because you're tapping into the fundamental idea of harmony and wholeness and peace and unity and right action and love. And that begins to move through you, and you unfold the gifts. You unfold who you are moment by moment by moment. And so I'm welcoming you into our way of meditation service, where solitude and silence, quintessent quietude is the order of our day. Stillness, stillness, stillness. Quietude. Introspection that leads to transpection. Introspection, you see your thoughts, your moods, opinions, points of view, all the stuff that's swirling around, until transpection happens and you're no longer identified with what's passing through. You're identified with you as awareness itself. Let's do this. So as I just did, take your shoulders and squeeze them to your ears and basically squeeze every aspect of your body, your fists, your face. Some could even squeeze their ears and their scalp and feet, everything, just squeeze everything. And release. So that you've gone into tension so that you can come into relaxation and embrace your intention and attention. So as we sit now with our hands downward today as a sign of one, embodiment, and two, being a descended master, meaning that you had a pre-incarnational life and that you came here to represent the present. You didn't come here to ascend and leave the body yet. You descended, so to speak, just using that linguistic, convenient terminology, to embody the presence of God while you are here on earth. So you are bringing your pre-incarnational choices. You're bringing your ever-increasing awareness that you had a life even before you had a body. And you're bringing that life and the integrity of your oneness with that life to this body, the body of your manifestations of gifts and talents and all that you're doing on the earth. So you are a descended master. And so the attention is with our intention to remember, to wake up to our glorious I am nature. With a glorious intention. Notice that you can embrace that intention and the vibration of that intention with what? Your awareness, your attention. Notice that as you are embracing your intention, you can have simultaneous awareness and embrace your sacred breath. Half of your pulmonary technology is in Mother Nature, the trees. You breathe out, the trees breathe in, they breathe out, you breathe in. It's a unity connection. You're at one with nature. You don't even think about it sometimes. But you can't take a breath without a tree, without a flower, without grass, without foliage. So with that simultaneous awareness, we just give ourselves an inner prompting that we are available and open, and we assume the vibrational posture of receptivity. Some call it lowly listening, but we never mistake that for merely listening with ears. Inward seeing, we don't mistake that for seeing with eyes. We're just allowing our consciousness to be receptive, as if a great and mighty revelation was seeking to happen through us. We're catching the eternal broadcast of let there be light. And if you've heard me say over and over and over again, we sit knowing and as if this is the very first time we've ever sat for meditation. This sweet beginner's mind. Sweet, childlike nature brings a slight smile to your face. Let us sit. You are pure awareness. You're aware of your intention, the breath, and you're aware of whatever is passing through your awareness without clutching it or resisting it. Be aware that you are awareness. You're not clutching or clinging or resisting anything that's passing through the awareness. You're developing the capacity to merely observe it as you maintain an intention to wake up to your glorious nature. Be heartful and mindful, aware. As the great I am is lifted up, as I am lifted up, I draw unto me all. As anyone is being lifted up, they are drawing this entire field that is now global, individuals practicing the art and the science of meditation. We're assisting in lifting all of us up. So that the presence of God has the whole world in its metaphorical hands through us. As we're being lifted up, we're drawing all into a higher frequency. For such a time as this, so necessary. Where is your attention right now? If drift has occurred, no judgment, no guilt. Just bring the attention to the breath, your intention, and begin again. Smile on your face for your sincere intentionality to remember, to wake up, to have a conscious realization of your oneness with the presence as your primary driver. So we allow ourselves to take a deep inhalation and release. We allow ourselves to move into a deep state of gratitude, even for that breath, even for the trees that are giving you the oxygen for the next breath that you take, an acknowledgement of our symbiotic relationship with all of nature. As spiritual beings having an earthling incarnation, We're connected to all of nature with every breath that we take. And we're so grateful that there's still trees left. We're so grateful for all of the people who keep planting trees amidst the scourge of cutting them down. We're so grateful. And we're grateful for many things. We just allow for our heart and mind to go on a hunt for anything to be grateful for right now. So as we enter into this prayer, we leap into this prayer with thanksgiving. We leap into this prayer with gratitude. We leap into this prayer with our heart wide open, thanking the presence that is never an absence for our life, thus recognizing that the presence is everywhere. And because the presence is everywhere, it has to be where we are. There is no difference nor distance between us and the great God of the universe. We're one with God. And from this moment of conscious connection, there's a great eruption of absolute enthusiasm. A let there be vibration as it was before the beginning. Let there be. It is in this awareness that I speak the words saying, let there be peace. Let there be joy. Let there be well-being. Let there be wellness. Let there be vitality and vigor. Let there be harmonizing prosperity. Let there be ecstasy and bliss, wisdom and guidance, safety and assurance. Let there be the presence of God rolling through us right now. That there's a stronghold within us, a dynamic spiritual stronghold that allows only the highest frequencies to enter. Everything else is transmuted the moment it touches our consciousness. Let there be safety and well-being. Not as the world gives. The world can't give it to you. But as the presence of God gives, as we live under the government of the Christ, the Buddha field, the connection with God. That is the government we live under. So then joy and harmony and happiness and well-being will become self-evident in our life. And people will say, why are you smiling? I know something. I know the great no thing that creates everything. I know God. This is my prayer for each and every individual tuning in right now. That they come to know the presence of God as they are known by the presence of God. Light, luminous beings. Everything working together for our good. I do give thanks for this, and I allow it to be so, and so it is. Amen. As we slowly open the external eyes so that you can see me to the best of your ability, we welcome you back to yourself. You know, New Thought, Ageless Wisdom is the religion that gives the individual back to themselves. So we want you to know you. And I must say that most recently, the last few weeks, the letters that have been coming in the emails, a lot of them have been coming from this particular service. People writing in about the Way of Meditation service and how it's helping them throughout the week. They'll go back on the archive and work with it during the week and then wait for the next week to start that one. So that's a beautiful way of working with this particular service, listening to the talk and then going into practice of meditation. So thank you for those kind notes about this service. This is our opportunity to share, to radiate, to glow, to give, to shine. And that is to practice the law of circulation in our generosity And many of you have stepped up to the proverbial vibrational plate and are taking a strong stand in your giving, and it's so appreciated. So this is our moment to do so. So you think about this community, it's growing pains. You think about all that we're seeking to do here for being a birthplace of the beloved community, and you give according to your heart. We turn within in this moment, and the first thing that we give thanks for our life and our breath. We give thanks for any insights or revelations that have occurred during this service or previous services or services to come. We bless this community of lovers of God and lovers of humanity, and we feel in our bones that individually and now collectively as a community, all of our needs are met. We feel it. We feel that. And in our giving, we infuse our gift with the awareness of love, generosity, and all needs met. It's happening now, and so it is. Amen. So for those of you who already know how to do this, please begin your sharing process, whether you embrace the word donation or gift or tithe or offering, please begin. Obviously, you can text to donate. Take your phone and text the word give to 424-321-6243. Obviously, it's right here on your screen if you're watching right now. 424-321-6243. Text the word give. It will prompt you, and you can choose the amount and the regularity. If you want to mail your donation in, you can mail it in to 8549 Wilshire Boulevard, Suite 1156, Beverly Hills, California, 90211. Checks, money orders to Agape International. You can do that right now. Don't wait, because you might get distracted. Stay in that high space of who you really are and be generative in your generosity. If you are on our our Facebook pages, whether it's mine or whether it's Agape's, donation buttons are right there. You can use it. If you on our website, or you want to go to our website, agapelive.com, you can make your donation on that as well. Thank you. Let the praise and thanksgiving and giving begin and continue. Reverend Julie.
Good morning. To sign up or get more information about any of the items mentioned, visit agapelive.com, and all times are Pacific time. The Agape Wise Ones invite our 50-plus community to experience spiritual power rising now. At 2 p.m. today, it's on Zoom. Click the Agape Wise Ones banner on our website. Today, Teen Agape is open online at 11:15 a.m. Click the Teen Agape banner on our website to register. We have 2 classes for our Agape youth. One is for 9 to 13-year-olds. The other is and that's at 2 o'clock. The other is for 3 to 8-year-olds at 3:30. They're both live on Zoom with music, singing, and more. Email scg@agapelive.com to receive your youth fun packs and join the classes. Agape has daily morning prayer at 8 a.m. and noon meditation on our Facebook Live. The Crisis Support Clinic is open on Mondays from 4 to 6 p.m. To receive Zoom information about our first come, first serve appointments, email crisissupport@agapelive.com. This is offered on a love offering basis. Agape Spiritual Community Gatherings meet every Friday at 5:30. Enjoy an enriching, inspiring gathering led by our practitioners and ministers. Email scg@agapelive.com for more information. Can you hear me? Are you listening? One from the Heart presents Hot Communication, honest, open, two-way. It's Saturday, May 8th at 11 a.m., featuring Reverend Coco Stewart with guest speaker Janet Dion, Agape licensed spiritual practitioner and certified integrative body psychotherapist. You can register on our website now. And it takes practice to lift your frequency when things aren't going according to our perception of how we think they should. That's when, as Reverend Michael says, you got to get down like James Brown and get up and dance. Send us your 1-minute video dancing during a Sunday service, uploaded on the banner on our website, and you may see yourself dance with the Rev on social media and on Sundays. Many blessings to you.
Thank you, Reverend Julie. And as she mentioned, Those are brief announcements about what's happening at Agape. If you want to know more in depth about what's happening in the community, go to our website at agapelive.com. This is our opportunity to give thanks for the offerings that are coming in. And I failed to mention that many of you are a part of the auto tithe program, and we're so grateful for that. It really helps the budget process. And if you want to join the auto tithe program, you can go to the website and discover what that is as well. So we turn within in this moment, and we realize that this moment in time is a moment by which eternity breaks into time as us. We bless the promise, the vibrational promise that's in the promissory notes, transmuting them into ministries, transmuting those promissory notes into necessary staff, equipment, everything necessary to allow this broadcast of God to be rebroadcast through Agape. I give thanks for this and so much more, and we allow it to be so, and so it is. Amen. Life is good. Life is good. Right where you are, if you want to stand. Rick, are you standing out there? Bill, you standing? If you want to stand, listen. Sing, return to me.
With every breath, return.
End and begin.
End and begin with me.
There's that breath. With every breath,
With every breath,
let us return to our original self. Now, will you sing a verse with our heavenly choir?
return to me.
Oh, with every breath.
With every breath, return.
End and begin. O great God of the universe, closer than our hands and feet, nearer than even our own breath, we give thanks for this moment of divine fellowship with the presence of God and fellowship in a community that is discerning their oneness with the presence. How great it is to be awake, aware, and alive in this field of ever-expanding awareness of the one, and the only one. And to go forth throughout the rest of this day and week with the awareness that the Spirit of the living God is flowing through us and has already gone before us and prepared a place of such joy because we've set something in motion, something good, and so it is. Amen. Peace and radical blessings to you. This service with the music, message, affirmations, and all of the inspiration begins at 9, 8:30 meditation, or 11:30, 11 a.m. meditation, Pacific Standard Time. We'll see you shortly.